Okay, so here's my plan. I already have this cart underneath the bus. I started cutting out these attachment plates that will get welded on to the cart. That's going to be over here. These plates get welded on here, and I'll drill some holes, be able to bolt the other plate to it. That way it's removable. There's going to be a box tubing that goes from the full length, front to the back, full length of the bus, to be able to push off of. So this leg here will attach to this box tubing, and then there'll be this arm that comes up, and with this is a Harbor Freight pneumatic jack that's going to be right here, that's going to push this arm out, and then with a chain and maybe straps or different attachments hook onto the bus and start controlling a controllable pulling this side of the bus out. I have most of the metal. This is a lot of my scrap metal that I've already have laying around. So that's most of the materials, but I need to get this box tubing that goes the full length of the bus. So that's my next step. Let's take a ride, get that piece, we'll see what we can find. And then once we get that, I want to start with that piece and then work my way out and make the jack. So let's take a ride to the metal store and try to find that piece. All right, what I'm looking for is in here somewhere. Maybe in this back wall. Maybe one of these pieces. Precision scale, no, it's off. Okay, so this is what I went with. It's this 2x6 box tubing that I found on that back wall in the hut, and it's definitely gonna be strong enough. And they had that whole section with these 10-foot pieces, and then I just had to add another 3-foot section, so I'll have to weld it, and then that'll make up the full length of the bus. All right, so I'm just going to trace this out and then cut them out, and this will be the attachment plates that attach to the cart here, and then I can bolt this box tubing on and then take it off after I straighten out the bus. Okay. Those are my plates. Those need just a little bit of cleanup, knock the slag off. I got my drill press hooked up to this foot operated switch. So that way I can just turn it on with my foot. So if things get a little hectic, I can just let go. All right, probably start with welding these plates on here. And then I'll weld this piece together. Let me get this out of the way for right now. I position it to where I can get it on and off. That looks pretty good. Let's tack it for now. Make sure, probably mock everything up, make sure I like how it's looking, and then we'll fully weld it on. That'll work. Yeah, I like that. That'll look good. That'll work. That'll work good. Okay, one done. Okay, let's see if we get this mocked up there. I got some boards I can put underneath it. Higher. Maybe I can turn it sideways. Maybe. Yeah. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then with that little extension, I'll go full length of it. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, I got that all welded up and bolted on. So that part is done. And I started making this piece. Now this piece is going to lock on the puller to this box tubing. So this was a larger box tubing that I had, and I cut it down and re-welded it to fit this 2x6 box tubing. And I wanted this attachment to lock on here. That way, when I start pulling, it locks the bottom of the jack assembly on this box tubing. And I can then slide the whole jack front to back easily, and I'm going to have the casters on this end of the jack. So that should work pretty good, full range adjustment. So now I want to start working my way out. So I'll probably mock up the jack on blocks of wood, get a good idea how far out I want to bring it from the bus. I don't think it'll have to be too far. And then also, I may add some extenders like this box tubing, because this is just kind of sticking out here and I'm going to be pushing on it. It's going to be pretty strong, and I'm sure the roof is going to move before this does. So if I have to, I'll add a leg that comes out, and I can just add a leg. I can just do a couple of tack welds onto the cart and then out to here, and that will strengthen that. So I might do that too. This is just extra metal I had laying around, so we'll see if it needs that. So I can do one in the back and one in the front. But let's start on this part. So let's mock up this whole jack piece assembly, and then we can start building it up. All right, let's kind of get an idea where this needs to go. This is going to get cut down. I'm just not sure how much yet. It's pretty far away. Maybe about there. This will be extend. If I cut this here, I don't want it too far out. I don't really need to be very far away. Let's clean that off a little better, a little closer. Bolted here. I think that looks pretty good. I'll tack it, we can move it if we got to. Okay. I'll cut this in half. I got enough to put it for both sides. Drill it. Then that box tubing, this is the same size here. And this could be up here. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna finish bolting these wheels on. Okay. Now we can can pull the blocks out. It's 14 inches. Three-quarter. All right, now I can pull them blocks out of there. All right, let's put this back piece on, and that's gonna hold everything together. And it's down, the reason it's not all the way to the top, that way this has enough room to keep pivoting back. I didn't want to lose any range on that. If it was up higher, it's a chance it may start hitting that plate. So that's why that's down a little bit. I might weld this on the workbench first and then put it in position. Let's see. That's gonna go like that. Okay. Let's put air to it. Make sure it moves the travel that I want it before I fully weld it, because I can make a change really easy right now. You'll need a small bushing here and here to position this in the center. That's no big deal. That's plenty of range. Okay, let's take it apart, start welding, and then we can start pulling on this bus. Okay, I'm gonna just hit these areas that I'm gonna weld the wire wheel, clean it up a little bit. Okay, I think I'm done welding on this lower part. So now let's take this down, start welding that bracket on there, and then weld these two together. And then weld it on to that bar, and then start putting it back together. And the reason they're cut out in two different pieces was I was just using scrap metal that I had to make this piece, so I didn't have a full length like that, so I just cut them out individually. Let's weld them together. Okay, that's welded on. So now we could let it cool and start bolting together. Let's try this thing out. I don't get burnt. It's still hot. No, it's good now. It's still warm though. That's it. Let's try it out. All right, I'm going to hook up this attachment. Try this on the gutter. All right, let's start pulling with that. Make sure that's valve is closed. I need to add a little bit of ballast weight back here, and I could maybe put a peg or something that comes out here to add weight. I decided I'm going to add an extension on the back of this and add weight back here. Because I'm pulling so high up and I'm pulling a roof, there's a lot of leverage pulling it, and it's actually twisting this 2x6 box tubing. I can see it twisting it because I'm pulling so high up. So I'm going to add weight down here to give it a little bit of an advantage, and I'm going to this is more of that 2x6 box tubing, and just attach it to the back, and I can stack these brake drums. These are tractor trailer brake drums. I got a couple of these I use for bases. Stack them over here, and hopefully that will help it from twisting that box tubing. Okay, that extension's done. Weight's on it. I'm hooked back up. Let's try it now. And then I'm also going to throw this moving blanket over the chain in case it slips off the bus, don't go flying. Let's add a little bit of safety to it. All right, let's see how this does now. Stand kind of out of the way. Maybe I'll leave the door open. Let me bring you closer so you can see it pulling it. All right, I got tension on it. It's actually lifting the right side of the bus up. This side's staying down. That's good. That's working out perfect. I'm gonna give it some taps from the inside and kind of try to relieve any tension, but that's working out perfect. It didn't even budge it. So that was an easy fix for that. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. I don't want to get crazy and do too much at once. I may even go down a little bit, keep pulling it instead of trying to get one spot too much. And I think this zone here is going to be the hardest. There's still a lot of structure in the front. The back, there's not a whole lot left. I might do that next, unhook it and pull in the back, and maybe get the back squared away and start working my way forward. See where we're at. And then I can put my gauge up to it. See what we have going on. I don't want to really stand behind this thing, but maybe if I can get over here. Yeah. This area still has to be pulled. But look at this right here. That's looking really nice. The gutter still has to go out more. Let's give it a couple more pulls. Yeah, see, it's actually lifting the other side of the bus. There's no weight to the bus right now. I could add some ballast weight, maybe some tube sand. So I might have to do that. But I think let's unhook from here and hook in the back and see what that does. But it's definitely working. It's definitely pulling it. All right, for this pull back here, I'm going to use a strap. I'm going to try not to dig into this, so I think the strap will work well for this. And I might add a block, maybe a block of wood in here so I don't crease in the corners. I can bend them back, but try to do a minimal amount of damage while we're pulling it. Yeah, put that block of wood there. Let me give it some hits over here. It's gonna do a little damage to the gutter when it pinches, but this gutter was completely pancaked and folded down. I've already hit it out a little bit. So I know it's gonna
dig into it a little bit. But right now I really just want to get the bus straight, and then any little areas like that I can fix, I can address that later. I'm going to throw the moving blanket on there just to be safe, so that in case it slips off, the chain doesn't go flying. All tangled up here. There we go. So you can watch right here and see it. It's starting to pull this. All right, I think we'll wrap this video up here, and the next episode we'll keep pulling, bolt on the rear hatch and the clamp on the right corner, and keep pulling this bus over and getting it straightened out. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode.